everyone, it's Ann. Today we're going to take a look at a fairly new Oracle deck. It's been out about 3 months. It was released at the end of January 2023, and we're in mid-April 2023. So about 2.5 months, not quite 3 months. It's called the Celtic Healing Oracle. 64 cards and guidebook by Rosemarie Anderson, illustration by Susan Dorff. It's in a hard case, 2-part box, and it is published by Destiny Books, and a shout out to Destiny Books for sending this out to me to review. There is no thumb hole cut out, but it's not very hard to open, so it's not that tight. Very pretty green inner lining. Inside the box, it does have a guidebook, glossy cover. There's the thickness. There's the back, and we'll take a look at that after we look at the cards. Pretty green. So it looks like we have a black and green theme for the box color. And here are the cards. These are the backs. Green and black. Cards are not gilded. And there is a laminate coating. You can see the sheen, but it does feel plasticky. Not too thick. It's bendable, pliable, and flexible, but it does feel plasticky. Comparing it to a standard flat back tarot card, it is taller and wider. It's about the same card size as a Hay House Angel card, if you're familiar with that. Just standard Oracle deck. It is a black and white deck of Celtic theme, okay, because it is the Celtic Healing Oracle. So 64 cards total, and they are numbered. They have key words or key title of the cards, and then I guess it's the name of the card, and then a keyword underneath the name. All right, so we have number 1. I guess zoom out a tad bit. Magnificence. And this is one of the decks that I requested because I skimmed through it and I did like the keywords. So card number 2, Cauldron of Creation, Source. Mother Goddess, caring children and food, well-being. The Sacred Tree, seeing in all directions. Hag, the Initiator, beginnings. See, I really like the keywords because I use my Oracle cards as clarifiers to my tarot readings, and it's important to have keywords. So, as you can see, the keywords are pretty good. The Morrigan, the Raven Goddess, Chaos. Bridget, the Snake and Fire Goddess, Transformation. So it's like the Death card, equivalent to the Death card in the tarot. Epona or Epona, I'm sorry, I don't know the Celtic names, how to pronounce these. The Horse Goddess, Safe Passage. Bear, Fierce Femininity. Cow, Inexhaustible Supply. Lapdog, Hound of the Goddess, Intimacy with Self. That's interesting. Mare, Healing the Wounds of Abandonment and Loss of Trust. That's interesting for doing healing reading, right? Or shadow reading to see what your core issues are that you need healing from. All right, Coupling of Earth and Sky, Unlimited Possibilities. So this is like the Lover's card. Sacred King, the Oath. This reminds me of the Emperor. Or perhaps the Hierophant too, the Oath, since there's the Oath, depending on the situation of the reading. Divine Couple Union. So this can be the Two of Cups or the Lovers. Very interesting similarity to tarot, so they would make great clarifiers for sure. Wondrous Child, Promise, Boar, fearless in conflict. Water horses, magical encounters. Raven, truth-telling and prophecy. Salmon, knowledge. Cernunos, I don't think I pronounced that right. Antlered god, lord of the animals. I recognize the name in writing, I just don't know how to pronounce it. Utterly stag, wild nature. Rammed horned snake. Shape-shifting. Oh, interesting. Banishing of snakes, loss and replenishment of hope. Oak, the ancient wood. Rowan, mountain ash, alchemical wand. Hazel, the divining rod. Divining rod. Sometimes you know the words, but when you read them out, it looks weird in writing. Thorn tree, the sacred sign. Wow. Leprechauns, earth. Fairy winds, harvest. Willie the Wisp, jack-o'-lantern, fire. Mermaids and selkies, water. Sovereignty, voluptuous authority. I like that word, voluptuous. Voluptuous. The power of place, calling in the spirit of place. That can be used for land healing, I bet. Spirit of mountains, breast of the goddess. The cauldron of the other world, alchemy. Nymphs, healing. Wells and thermal springs, returning to source. The under tree, taking root in the other world. Chambers in the earth, rhythms of the other world. Green man, renewal. The changeling, exchange between worlds. The puka, the trickster. The banshee, a call between worlds. Sorry. The fairy hill, the hidden world of fairies. Fairies of mischief and play, the call of laughter. Fairies of music, dance and the performing arts, merriment. Fairy lover, sensuality. So there's a couple, there's like three, I think 3 or 4 couples, lovers, cards in this deck. Nightfall, thresholds and beginnings. Hearth and family, right relations. Bards, storytelling. Presence of ancestors, the ancient ones. New moon, wisdoms of the heart. Isis, I guess that's how you pronounce this, or Esses, cutting down a tree, sacrifice. Hammer god, scepter of authority and choice. Head, immortality. Sun god, god of the sky. Tyrannus, god of thunder and lightning. I don't know how to pronounce this. Ogungus. I'm not sure. I don't know how to pronounce that. Youthful champion, son of light. Is this Lu or Lug? I guess it's Lug, because Lu would be L-O-U. Lug. Warrior, the shining one. The chariot and the charioteer. Rescue from danger. Treasures. Stone, spear, sword, and cauldron. Sun, wheels. Talisman. Tir Na Nung, Blessed Isles to the west. So that is card 64. Here's another look at the backs. And let's take a look at the guidebook really quick. Harder cover. Talks a little bit about the author. And then it goes into the contents. Triple Mother Goddess, Cauldron of Creation. Mother Goddess carrying children and food. Oh, does it go right? Oh, it goes right into the cards. So, Introduction to the Celts, How to Cast this Oracle. And then it goes right into the cards. Even the words, the typing is green. So, definitely green and black theme, color theme throughout. Introduction to the Celts. In a time when many of us feel a yearning to connect with the natural rhythms of Earth and the natural rhythms of our lives, more and more of us are turning to native traditions and oracular systems to solicit guidance and support. One of the most colorful and far-reaching of indigenous tradition is close at hand among the European Celts. Imaginative and attuned to the movements of nature, the Celts divine answers to life's questions from the animals, plants, wind, and seasons. Trees and animals had particular knowledge of all things, past, present, and future. Through the centuries, bards, holy women and men, healers, and soothsayers gained their powers to see into the unseen by looking to nature and stories from the past. Over time, stories and legends told and retold through the generation amass an enormous store of knowledge to heal, protect, and transmit wisdom. By gathering together ancient Celtic stories and legends, I created the Celtic Healing Oracle, composed of 64 symbols from the ancient Celtic ways of knowing. The symbols represents 3,000 years of Celtic culture and history, derived from archaeological excavations of Bronze and Iron Age Celtic sites in continental Europe, and from the myths, folk tales, and fairy traditions still flourishing in Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. For those of us attracted to Celtic imagination and merriment, or with ancestral roots in Celtic lands, the symbols will resonate deeply, as though long slumbering insights are stirred to life once again. My personal journey to create this oracle system began nearly 40 years ago when I lived in Germany in a mountain town above the confluence of the Rhine and Neckar rivers. Once a Celtic stronghold, I was then an academic dean, passing as a high-functioning administrator and professor of psychology. Yet in my private life, the timeless memories held in forest and land around me spoke to me through sensations and dreams. Memories touched me like air caressing the skin of a newborn, memories of an ancient time when the earth was the heart of knowing, and her creatures were as familiar to one another as we might be to friends and lovers. Animals, trees, plants, and spirits invited me to experience their reality where nothing is lost because they remember even as we forget. Who were the Celts? The Celtic civilization emerged in about 900 BCE from the remnants of the goddess-based culture of Old Europe, 6500 to 3500 BCE, and exists in the present time. on Europe's most western fringe, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland, and to a lesser extent in Cornwall, England, and Brittany, France. While coalescing as a culture, small, isolated clusters form tribal groups who live in the dark forests that once covered the European continent north of the Alps. The prominence of mother bird and snake goddesses revered by the early Celts attest to their close lineage to the matrifocal goddess cultures of old Europe, as documented by the late archaeologist Marija Gimbutas in the Goddesses and Gods of Old Europe myths and culture images. All right, so I'm not going to read more because I don't want to bore you guys to death, but I want, for the ones that are interested, I wanted to give you a little bit of that so you know, because this is not a common deck. It's a different system on its own with 64 cards. So that way, if you have a little bit of curiosity as to the origin, where it comes from, that's a little bit of history for you. And then once you get if you're interested, once you get the deck, then you can get into it. But I just want to give you a little taste how to cast this oracle. And then they give you sample spreads. And then it goes into the card interpretation. So you get a little black and white picture of the card, and then about a paragraph write-up, and then a section if you choose this card, what it means. So culture or creation, invoking renewal. The goddess is the source of life, and her womb is the culture of creation, giving birth to the world. In Irish and Welsh legends and iconography, her womb is the ever-replenishing cauldron of the other world, filled with savory meats for feasting and even returning dead warriors to life. Through her womb, life is replenished from an ageless source. If you choose this card, you may be feeling weary or inwardly depleted. This oracle calls for repose, rest, and a complete overhaul of life energies before your energy and vitality are again replenished. While the goddess is inexhaustible in her powers to restore, you are urged to cooperate by retreating from the activities of life. Seek solitude. Do as little as possible. Sleep. Relax. Visit people and places that inspire and recharge you. Engage in small and subtle activities that quiet the mind. The mix within the goddess' womb is ever magical. Immerse yourself in her brew and let transformations happen. Expect to be surprised at outcomes. Laugh and cheer. You will never be the same again. No point anticipating outcomes. As with any birth, beginnings may at first be unsettling and messy. Nonetheless, in time, new life will naturally arise within you. You will feel replenished as though filled up by an unknown and timeless source. So that gives you an idea. If you were to draw the card, it gives you the card meaning, and then if you choose the card. So about a page and a half worth about the cards. All right, so very interesting deck, very different. It may not be for everyone, but for those who are interested in Celtic myths or interested in learning about their history or a little bit about them, Selected Celtic, they even include a bibliography here. If you want to do further readings, and then about the author, there's a picture of her in the back. And total pages is 165. All right, so different and excellent keywords if you want to use your oracle cards as a clarifier deck for tarot reading. So something different. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's something that you are interested in, I will put the link underneath the video in the description as usual. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you again in the next video. Bye!